Today, we're gonna answer our most asked question. What is a Restomod? To do this, we've got two legends in front of you. We've got a 1970 Chevelle LS5 completely restored to factory specs, and then the legendary 67 Mustang Fastback, and this baby's all restored modded out, and we're gonna show you all those mods. First, we're gonna show you a perfectly restored stock car. This 70 Chevelle was completely restored, top, bottom, inside and out, and it happens to be a numbers matching LS5, which means it was one of the top horsepower cars back in 1970. As you can see, it's Fathom Blue, just like it would have come from the factory. It does have factory style wheels on it, and those are similar to the exact tires that would have come on this car back in the day, except those babies are radials. They just look like old school. Now, as you can see, all the body lines are all nice and straight, and the paint is just as smooth as can be. As a matter of fact, this probably is restored better than factory. They didn't spray paint this nice back in the day. You can see the interior all looking absolutely gorgeous and factory. She is a beauty. Of course, the vinyl top, my car had a vinyl top on it back in the day. I loved it. Keep on rubbing that conditioner on there, making her look good. And then the white stripes looking absolutely gorgeous. You can see even the stance, the tailpipes, the whole 9 yards on this car, completely stock, and you would be proud to drive this baby anywhere. Now under the hood here, you see completely painted up, everything looking brand new, even GM markings on the hoses. I mean, she is gorgeous. Super cool. It's got the factory air conditioning, the factory power brakes, the factory power steering. It's got the factory air cleaner on it. Looks like the factory style alternator. Now there have been a couple of mods on this. You see the electric fan that's been installed, but just because it's got an electric fan on it doesn't make it a Restomod. Right down to the air conditioning box right there, you can see all those valves, all that stuff is just like it would have come from the factory. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. Take this car anywhere. Now on to the Restomod. Now the term Restomod defines as restored and modified, and baby, has this been modified and restored. Looky here. It has got a modern day Coyote power plant under the hood here. I mean, you can tell, baby, they did a beautiful job putting this thing in there. Now, if you take a real close peek down in here, you can see the suspension also. This has got a full frame underneath it. Now, these cars were built as unibodies back in the day, and these guys at Roadster Shop built a killer frame that goes underneath the entire car. We've got modern day air conditioning on this car. I mean, everything. I mean, see how they ran all the hoses out through the wheel well there so you don't have to look at them. See how nice and neat and tidy everything is? Those inner wheelhouses are nice and flat. The firewall's nice and flat. It's got a late model master cylinder for the brake. Let's get around to the interior on this baby. First of all, take a look at the wheels. Those are definitely Restomod wheels. Those are GT40 style wheels. You can see the Willwood 6-piston calipers in there, and those drilled and slotted rotors. And then of course the interior is another important area of a Restomod. You can see it's got aftermarket gauges in it, aftermarket center console, seats, door panels with big speakers, and I think there's big speakers back here too. Look at that. That didn't come from the factory that way. Now we're gonna show you some pictures of the bottom side of the car so you can get a really good view of what the frame looks like. It is absolutely amazing. We're underneath the Mustang now, and man, is it sharp under here. You see the brand new gas tank, the brand new stainless steel exhaust, and I know you spot that Roadster Shop frame under there, that reinforced diff. That's a Ford 9-inch with a 355 gear, and it is posi. We got coilovers holding it up, of course. We got disc brakes out back, drilled and slotted rotors, everything looking absolutely gorgeous. We got MagnaFlow mufflers here. This frame is just amazing, the way it bolts right up, looking beautiful. They do such a nice job with these frames. Of course, stainless all the way up. Got a 4R70 trans, it's a 4-speed automatic. We got Look at those torque boxes on this frame, man. You want to talk about gorgeous? Super, super cool, man. Of course, all new brake lines. And then look at this front suspension, man. I tell you what, this looks futuristic as hell. Beautiful. Then we got big disc brakes up front, coilovers, a big sway bar, rack and pinion steering, that's power, so that's power rack and pinion steering. The AC compressor, I can see that down here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Everything looking absolutely gorgeous on this thing. That red paint looking great right down to the bottom edge. The frame really turns me on, man. This Roadster Shop frame, they do such a nice job building those. So we've got frame, we've got wheels, we've got tires, we've got brakes, we've got late model stereo, motor. That's what makes a Restomod. So one of the biggest difference between a Restomod and a stock car is the way they drive. Luckily for you, today we're gonna drive both of them. So make sure before we do that you hit that subscribe button. Let's take this big 454 LS5 360 horsepower car for a drive. Let's take this Chevelle for a ride. You want to talk about nice, man. This thing is just amazing. Now, everybody who sees you is going to be giving you a thumbs up. You pull this baby into a gas station, you're going to create your own little one-car car show. Everybody's going to be asking you about it. They're going to be asking you how much horsepower it's got. They're going to be asking you how long you've had it, when it was restored, where you found it. Tell you what, you're going to have a blast talking to people about this car. Take it to a car show where there's a lot of cars. There's going to be a lot of people going to want to look under the hood of this thing, check out that LS5 power plant. Invite them. Actually, you might even want to get some mirrors to put underneath the car. The bottom of this car is just that nice. If you go to our website at vanguardmotorsales.com, you can see about 100 pictures of the car on the bottom side, under the hood. It's got a nice little rumble. It's got a pretty stock exhaust on it, so it's got a pretty good rumble to it. Of course, that big old 454 under the hood just sounds amazing. I'm gonna get out here on the road, do a little bit of driving here, see how nice and smooth and what it sounds like. First thing you hear is that sucking sound. That is the gasoline going through the carburetor, baby. That's what my dad used to say, it'd suck the hood down. I mean, just super, super cool car here. You can see I'm driving it with one finger, so the power steering's working awesome. The brakes feel good. Of course, that accelerator feels really good. Tell you what, I really love the Fathom blue with the white on the hood. We're gonna get stopped by another light. Again, look at that, it's stopping nice and straight. Didn't move a bit. Take a look down here. We've got the Sniper fuel injection setup, and basically looks just like a carburetor, and it's underneath the air cleaner, so you're really never gonna see it. And then you get that other 3-pack of gauges. A lot of guys like to put the later model aftermarket gauges in because they feel like they're a little more accurate than the 1970 models that are on the dash. So that's why a lot of guys do that. But I mean, just as cool as can be. I heard the electric fan just kick on, which that's really nice because those move a lot more air than those old factory fans. Keep this big old 454 nice and cool. One of the cool things about this car is, I know we're talking Restomods and stockers, but those tires on here, tires look like old bias ply tires, but they're actually radial tires. So I know you guys are as old as me, remember those bias ply tires. You try to like go over a line in the road like this and it would fight you, where these radial tires, they just pass over that line in the road just as smooth as can be. Very, very, very good invention, those radial tires. I still remember when my dad got the first set on the car when I was a kid. I think it was a T-Bird we had. He took it up to 120 miles an hour and poked it in neutral, and we just coasted. And he was so proud of how well that thing coasted. It was really, like I said, I was a little guy and I still remember that. It was so fun. Well, I tell you what, this thing is driving like a champ, and the new owner of this car is gonna just have a blast with it. The cops found us. They didn't see us. Let's take this Mustang for a drive, come on. This Restomod time, 67 Mustang. First thing you can hear is the exhaust. Anybody with an ear can tell what a Coyote sounds like, and this baby's got Coyote power under the hood. Now it's got a modern day transmission in it also, so you get all the modern day conveniences that, you know, a Mustang GT would have in it. Now this one's also got the aftermarket gauges in it. They're basically in the stock location, but they're all odometer gauges. We got the aftermarket wood steering wheel on here. Of course, the center console is all custom. Very, very cool car right here. So we've got, this car's got suspension, this car's got brakes, this car's got aftermarket motor, trans in it, and the whole frame underneath this car, which makes this really cool because you kind of have that old school Mustang look, but you've got all the new style stuff in this thing. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous, fun to drive. Again, straight down the road. You can see I'm not even touching the steering wheel. This baby's driving straight down the road, no problem. Super, super cool car here. Great idea behind it. One of the most recognizable cars out there, 67 Fastback. Look, see, we're getting some guy, you get the peace sign from this guy. He loves what he's seeing. You'll get a lot of that driving these cars around. As a matter of fact, you got to really watch because a lot of people will be watching you. Look at this guy, he's taking film of us. He's got his phone hanging out of the door, taking film of us. So like I said, you need to really watch out when you're driving your cool muscle car or Restomod, because a lot of people spend more time looking at you than looking at the road, so be careful. I tell you, she sounds amazing. The brakes look good, or they feel good, I should say. They look good too. They're stopping nice and straight, no hands on the wheel. Just a super, super cool car right here, man. Oh, we got the stereo trying to come on. I got the radio on, going in and out. Of course, I'm not much of a stereo guy. I'm always, I'd rather listen to that rumble of that Coyote. And I tell you what, you want to wake it up, she'll howl for sure. So again, that's kind of the differences between our Restomod and our stocker. Super cool cars, both of them. A lot of times they're for different people. A lot of times guys want only Restomods, guys only want original stuff. I personally think the original stuff is interesting, but definitely people are leaning towards the Restomod stuff, you know, all the comforts of home, you know. Listen to this baby. And again, just as smooth as can be. Super, super cool little car right here. Amazing piece. Again, I got one finger on the wheel here. Very, very cool ride. Again, just barely touching the brakes. She's stopping nice and straight. Everything's nice and smooth. That sounded good, didn't it? Of course, that wasn't even full throttle. That was about half throttle. Love the hood on these things. You know you got a good paint job when you can see blue sky and a red hood. Very, very mirror-like. Well, let's head on back to the shop and wrap up our little comparison here and see which one you pick. Before everybody starts arguing in the comment section, there is no clear Restomod definition. Everybody's definition's a little different. Like the Chevelle here. The Chevelle had a couple of tweaks to it. Like I said, later model tires, electric fan, a couple of gauges, fuel injection setup, but you can't even see any of that stuff. It's under the air cleaner. But a lot of you guys want a full-blown Restomod. Modern day motor, modern day frame, modern day brakes, modern day interior, modern day stereo. Now everything is right. You may have some fancy wheels on your car and you think that makes it a Restomod. Well, in your mind, that may be right. Now this car is more for somebody who wants more like a factory car. So it's pretty much done to complete factory standards. And again, this baby, she's done up and you're gonna have a blast with it. Now what I do want you guys to do is comment which car is for you, the stock car or the Restomod. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you watch out for our next video, our fresh off the truck video. There's gonna be a bunch of new cars coming in next week.